Anthony Hartwig here with a Springfield softball season preview and coach's corner. Mike Rubosky joining us today. Mike, thank you so much for coming on, talking to us about your program again.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
The weather looks really good right now. I'm sure all of you guys are itching to get out there and start the season. But let's talk about last year real quick first and kind of recap it, some of the lessons you think were learned from last year and what you want the returning players from a season ago to kind of bring into this season.
Well, last year I don't want to call it a rebuilding year, but that really was what last year was. We had a tough season overall in the win column. Didn't put too many in there. So last year we learned a lot about ourselves, meaning, we have a lot of girls that like are back. And sometimes when you put more losses in the win column, it's tough to come back out next year. And we have more girls that came out this year than last year. So the girls didn't get discouraged. What they wanted to do is they wanted to get better. And we practiced up until the point we couldn't. We met together until we couldn't in the summer months, and then as soon as we were allowed to meet again, girls are back wanting to get ready for the season again in September and October. So what I learned about the team from last year is that they weren't discouraged. They wanted to get better, and they want to improve on literally everything from last year, which is a wonderful building block to continue building this program.
Coach, we've talked to a lot of teams in your position that are returning a lot from a season that didn't necessarily go your way, the results category at least. And every time we talk to those teams, especially the ones that are returning a lot of players, we hear that they kind of put their foot in the ground a little bit. The leaders kind of come in early and say, you know what, we're not going to have the same kind of season. They're hungry to kind of reverse the tides. Do you see that in your program? Do you see kind of the leaders stepping up, putting their foot in the ground a little bit and saying this year is going to be different?
Yeah, it's been the cool thing about our team is it's like we have two 4-year returning starters, 4-year letter winners, and Olivia Allen and Hannah Stouffer, but they play other sports. Olivia plays volleyball, and Hannah is, like this all-state soccer player. So over the summer, I have my juniors coming, and Emily Connor and Gina Romeo and Peyton Lasivita, and they're working literally every day over the summer and getting girls together even when I'm not around and playing softball and working together. And so that leadership, along with that senior leadership of Olivia and Hannah, has been amazing. They have the team bonding events that they hang out. They seem to enjoy being around each other. So the seniors don't want to have a season like they did last year. They're used to winning in the sports that they play. And once we got back on the field for our mandatory practices, it was like, let's take this serious. It is time to go. Mistakes are being held accountable, and it's not just from the coaching staff; it's from those upperclassmen, those senior leaders.
You already shouted out a few of those players, but let's have a kind of a general meet the team kind of segment of the interview where you go through your roster, you talk about the big names that we're going to be seeing from the Tigers this year, and maybe some new faces as well.
Yeah, so the returning stars I've already mentioned are upperclassmen that are going to be 4-year letter winners: Hannah Stouffer and Olivia Allen. Hannah's been our second baseman now. It'll be her 4th year there. And Olivia Allen is going to be her 4th year in right field. And if you watch my interviews before, you know that those girls have been just amazing for me over these past 4 years. Olivia is going to be, if she isn't already, going to be like an all-conference player this year. She was an honorable mention last year. And Hannah, who is just Hannah is going to be top 10 of the class education. She's in our school. She's all league in soccer, and she's going to be an all league person here in softball. Our junior returners, I'm going to go through a lot, but Gina Romeo, Emily Connor, and Peyton Lasivita, Valerie Whitehart, Caitlin Blankenship, these juniors that are coming on our team. Gina is our leader on the field. She's the one that's getting things together when I'm not around. I expect her to make all conference as well. Emily Connor at first base. The best thing I can say about Emily is that how Emily goes, our team will go. She's like our barometer, right? If she has a wonderful season, I think we're going to have a wonderful season. and just putting all the work in, and all those girls that I named, like, Caitlin Blankenship she pitched so many innings for us last year, and we didn't help her. And it's tough for someone like that to come back, and she came back and she's worked all off season. Peyton Lasivita, who is going to be our backup second baseman, she's the epitome of Springfield. She's not going to start, but she comes in and works her butt off, and she's going to start she would have started on any other team in the area. Valerie Whitehart, same difference. Works all day, every day, knows that she's not going to start, and she comes to practice, is a leader on the bench. Some sophomores, Audrina Koskolansky and Gracie Maldonado. Gracie's going to be all league at shortstop. Audrina is going to be all league. It has the ability to be one of the better third basemen in our area, and she's going to pitch a lot for us. Gracie has all of the tools to be someone that can go to the next level in softball. You watch her play, and we had a scrimmage yesterday, and she hits the ball, and it's like, she's going to score a run. And JoJo Kulik and Mackenzie Miller, two others that hopefully we can get some time for. And I name all these girls because every single one of them works so hard, and those are all of our returners. And I haven't even got to like Carissa Allen, who would start in left field for anybody. So I didn't get to my freshman yet, but I feel like I've been talking a lot here, Anthony. So those group of girls, those 10, 12 girls that I just named, those returners. I think if you put them on any team in the area, they would all play.
We all know softball all starts with pitching. If you can't pitch, you're not going to win a lot of games. So talk about what you got in the circle and what you're looking forward to as far as the pitching in Springfield.
We struggled on the mound last year, and we had some inexperience, and that is both on our end as coaching staff and on the players as well. Caitlin Blankenship and Audrina Koskolansky, they pitched a lot last year, and we asked a lot of girls that hadn't pitched a lot in their lives. So this year they worked all off season to get better, and then we have two freshmen that are coming in that are going to be really good. We have McKenna Weimer, who's a freshman, who immediately, is probably our number one pitcher, and she's young, she's a freshman, but we are super excited for her in the circle. And I think that, when we do this interview in 2029, Anthony, we're going to be talking about her being a 4-year letter winner and hopefully playing at the next level. Ava Flesher's coming over from Boardman. She just transferred to us right after Christmas. Another girl that it was almost like when she came to the school and said, "Hey, I'm a pitcher," we're like, now we have 4 pitchers. So we don't have to rely on just one girl going out there, and if she's having an off day, we have to stick with her. Now we have so many options. They're young, they're inexperienced, but they're going to work really hard to get better. And myself and the coaching staff and the girls, even after practice, they're so excited at the young talent that's coming up.
And then on the other side of the game, the offense, of course, talk about what you expect from your lineup and what you see out of, the bats this year in Springfield as well.
I think that's going to be our strong suit. I think you look at our lineup and if it comes together, theory is always a scary thing, right? In theory, our lineup should be really good. We watch it in practice. We watch it in the cages. We work on it. Like Emily Connor, who I mentioned earlier, is hitting 7th or 8th in our lineup right now. And anywhere else, she's at the top. We have a freshman that I have to mention, Juliana Battellini. She's going to be 5th in our lineup, and she probably should be our cleanup hitter or our 3-hitter right now. We have girls here, we have power, we have speed. It is kind of a perfect mesh that when you look at it on paper, you think to yourself, is it really that good? So I hope that I'm right about that. I think that it was going to be a strong point from top to bottom. I mean, we have girls that can run, can hit for power, for contact. And I'm super excited about our lineup overall.
Let's transition into your schedule. Everyone knows this MVAC Scarlet here, especially in softball, always very competitive. So what do you think of the league this year, and how do you think the Tigers are going to be able to navigate it?
Well, like you said, the schedule is our league's there's no days off in our league, which is great. That's what we want. When we play like Lowville, and who swept us last year, that's a really competitive game for the 3 years that I've been here. And McDonald and Western Reserve and Mineral Ridge, and Waterloo. We don't take it. There's not a game that you're driving to or you're talking about and you're thinking to yourself, I can get my reserves in today, right? Those are all games that are going to come down to the wire, that have good pitching, that have good deep lineups, and our girls know that. Like, there's not like a game that we've looked at on the schedule and like, we've got to circle that league game, because all of the games are so important. If I could, we don't even really think about that aspect of it. We prepare the same for every game. Now, if there's a different pitcher or whatever, if there's a different scouting report that we have, but we have the same process and the same theory every game, that it's going to be a tough one tomorrow, and we have to execute no matter what. So no days off in the league, and we like that. We love the competition.
And then when you venture outside of the league, it's all about getting yourself ready for postseason. Who are some teams that pop up on that schedule that really excite you, that you're ready to test yourself against?
I'm actually prepared today. I highlighted some of those today. We open with Latonia, our first game, and that's like that's one of those games that I told our girls last year, our first game, like, how this game goes is how our season's gonna go. I was with a couple of the upperclassmen yesterday before scrimmage with Boardman, and we were looking at the schedule, and I said, this, we play Latonia, but then look at the rest of them. Like, we play Poland, we play Girard. These games, we expect them to be good. We play St. Thomas Aquinas. Like, if they call us to play, we'll play them. So we're excited for the competition, no matter who is in front of us. And so are the girls. They can't wait to get out there and play and compete against different teams from different areas.
And we're talking about that part of the schedule, getting you ready for postseason. This year, the postseason expands a little bit. There's more divisions now. I know you haven't been coaching for too long. This is your third year, but what do you think of the expansion in divisions, and what doors it might open for Springfield to maybe make a run in the bracket?
I don't know how else to put this. It's whatever. We just want to play games, and the postseason itself, like, yeah, it's great. It could be better for us. It could be bad for us. We have talked about it as a coaching staff, but it does. We want to play the best teams. We want to compete. Put whoever you want in front of us, and my team's not going to back down. They're excited to play every game. Will the new divisions increase our playoff run? I don't know. It could. It couldn't. But it doesn't matter to me if we're D6, D7, D1. You put the teams in front of us that you want to, and we're going to prepare the same way. We're going to execute and have the same game plan, no matter what. And that's how it's going to be here for Springfield for a while. We're not worried about who we're playing. We're worried about playing our game.
Well, I just love the answer to that, because we ask a lot of coaches that question this year, because it's expanded in every sport, and a lot of them try to gas it up a little bit, or maybe try to sound like it's going to be really open doors for their teams. But we'll just play who we play. You don't really care. We're not worried about that. I love it.
Yeah, truthfully, Anthony, in the end, the grand scheme of things, our girls are going to play no matter what. We want to play the best competition. If it increases the competition, great. If it gives us a couple extra wins and we go deeper, that's awesome. Either way, it's a win-win for us.
I want to ask you about coming back and coaching for Springfield and what that means for you. I know you also coach cross country, right, in the fall. If you're still doing that, I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, and I also I coach academic challenge too. I want to give my academic challenge team a
coaching
shout out.
Everything.
Yeah.
What makes obviously Springfield so important to you, and wanting to give back to these kids and these athletes, and also the smarties that like to compete in academic challenge?
I probably have 3 or 4 girls from the academic challenge team that play on my softball team. Look, I am from Youngstown, Ohio, so coming out here is it was a kind of a shock for me. It's a small community, but we have 95, 96 girls in our school, with 26 girls come out. I've talked to other schools around the area that have way less than us. They can't field JV teams that have 200, 300, 250 girls or students in their grade in each class. They're very proud people out here. So for me, they care so that I care as much as them. They want to see their kids not only win, but get better, achieve, become team. And to me, that's what coaching's all about. I want to win games more than anybody, but the community itself is such a community. They care about each other, and they come together in times of need, and I think that's really cool. And I hope that my coaching is adding to that a little bit, right? Like I enjoy being with the students and helping them get better from cross country to academics, um, in and out of the classroom. And I'm going to keep doing this stuff until they say I can't.
Coach, this has become kind of a fun theme for our coaching interviews this year, and we're gonna hit it. We're gonna aim it at you too. If you had to equate your coaching style to an animal in the animal kingdom, what would be your spirit animal as a coach? What do you think?
I don't know, man. That's a crazy one. I have no idea. My coaching style, if I had to come up with whatever, you give me an animal that is I don't know. If I have to be an animal, I don't have an answer for this, but in my opinion, whatever I think that I'm flexible with my staff and my players. So whatever animal that you can come up with to think of that is able to be malleable to the people that are around you.
How about a chameleon? I mean, right?
Wow,
Able
Anthony.
to adapt to its environment, right?
Well, apparently putting me on the spot wasn't great there, Anthony. Thanks for that. But chameleon works. I love it.
I help these coaches out. Just give me some characteristics. I'll pop out an animal for you. But
I appreciate you.
now you'll have to get a little stuffed chameleon, and that could be your
I'm gonna write
your
on the
team
board,
mascot.
Mr.
You know,
Robot Chameleon.
you are forever the chameleon coach of YSN. All right. Coach, one of the last things we always do, of course, you've been here before. We want to give you the chance to highlight the staff and the people that help you build this program, whether it be community members, administrative members. I know there's a lot of people that deserve some praise outside of just yourself to make the Springfield softball team what it is. So I want to make sure you give them some light.
Oh, look, I can go on forever. These interviews can go pretty long for me. But my assistant coach this year, we have new staff. Sierra Maldonado, Sierra Brady stepped down, and to be spend time with their family. So I brought on Anthony. Him. Randy Lesnick is going to be our lead assistant this year. He is you cannot ask for more from a guy. You want to talk about someone that cares about the community. 7 days a week, we're doing this softball thing, and if there was more hours in a day, he would put more hours in for this team. He is an invaluable asset for me and this team. The kids enjoy being around him. He is not only a great mind when it comes to softball, but just overall, just a great person that I cannot speak higher about. And I'm super proud that I get to coach next to him. And I hope that he stays with me for a very long time. We also hired a JV coach by the name of Samantha Whalen. She is just moved here from Las Vegas, just happened to get in contact with her. And she's been great for the girls, like connected with them super quickly. It's teaching me. She played softball throughout her high school career, and just one of those people that want to be around the game and has like an advanced knowledge of the sport itself. And as a coach, I just want to surround myself with people that care and know the sport. And then I want to give a shout out to our new athletic director, Sean Guerrero, this year. He's been nothing but helpful to me, constantly in contact and helping me with everything that a coach needs. If you have someone that you can go to and ask questions to, it's really, really helpful. So I don't know. Springfield's great. I hope that they're not they don't get tired of me, because the people that are around here, it's just a great staff and a great group of people to work with.
All right, Coach. We want to thank you so much for your time to talk about your program with us and preview the season. We wish you the best of luck out there. We'll be out there as well covering you guys all year, and we can't wait to talk again real soon.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony. Well, what was it? 3:29 we play Latonia, so we're ready. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Hopefully the jungle is ready too, because the Tigers are coming, man.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Have a good one.